Before you watch this video, subscribe now. Welcome to another video of this repair series. Today I'm gonna show you how to change your rear strut or shock absorber. Underneath, you will place the hydraulic jack on the middle of the subframe. You can put a wood in between to prevent any scratches or dents. The jacking points of the front will be the same as the rear. Leave the crocodile jack and the tires underneath as a support. Loosen the two bolts using a 19mm socket. Remove the brake line retainer and keep it aside. Remove those two nuts and tap the bolt with a rubber mallet to remove it. It is also a good idea to use a screwdriver and a hammer. Next is the brake line. Usually, they cut this bracket to bend it open and close, instead of separating the brake line and hose to install it to prevent it from bleeding the brakes, which costs a lot of time and effort. Put a scissor jack or whatever you have to support the suspension. Next is to remove the rear seat to gain access onto the shock mount. The rear seat of this Corolla is bolted to the body, but this one has rusted brackets and missing bolts. The seat is a bit hard to remove because of the seat cover being tied up. Loosen the 3 bolts using a 12mm socket. While the strut is still on the car, loosen the center nut a little bit for an easier removal. Remove the 3 nuts of the upper mount inside and pull the strut assembly. Raise the jack a bit to lessen the strain of the bushings. Grab a spring compressor and compress the coil spring. Loosen the center bolt. Remove the top mount. Since the car is lowered, it has a spacer between the mount and the nut. You can see that the shock stopper is completely broken, as well as the dust shield. Here is a side-by-side difference of the strut or shock absorber. Remove the lower insulator. Clean it and install it to the new one. Put some grease onto the surface where the spring contacts it. This is the new dust shield and new upper mount. The dust shield comes with a metal strip lock. Here is the difference of the shock stopper. Put some grease to insert it easily. The dust shield will be locked onto the upper mounting. Put some grease for easier installation. This metal strip lock works by pulling and folding it to lock. So pull the metal strip and fold it. You can cut the excess metal strip. Put the spring back again and compress it. Put some grease onto the threads of the shaft. Reinstall the upper mount according to the shape of the shaft. Use the new nut provided by KYBs. I will reuse this spacer since it is equipped with the lowering springs. Tighten it snug. Remember that the triangular face of the upper mount almost links to the side of the strut bracket. Don't worry about it too much because you can twist it a little bit when you install it onto the car. This bracket is for the brake line. You have to open the brake system in order to install it, but that would be a hassle and cost a lot of time. The common alternative is to cut the bracket in order to bend it and install the brake line. Loosen the spring compressor. And the strut assembly is ready to be installed. Clean the brake line with a brass wire brush. Do not use the steel brush because that will scratch the metal. When I installed it, I noticed that the shock could not fit with the hub itself. So I removed the upper mount to check if it is the same with the previous one. Here is a side-by-side comparison. Notice that the angles are different, which means this could be a left side upper mount. I tried the other new mount, but it appears to be the same left too. So I have no choice but to reuse the old one, which is still in good condition. Grease the bolts and reinstall it. Bend the bracket and insert the brake line. Bend it back again and make sure it is flat. I will clean this brake line retainer before installing it. You can use a steel brush to remove the hard dirt and grease. Put some grease to prevent any rust buildup. Tap it with a hammer to lock it. Cover the area again with some grease to protect the area. Tighten each bolt snug. Same procedures will be applied on the other side. While the car is being jacked up, tighten the nuts of the upper mount. You can try to tighten the center nut too. Don't forget to put the center cover. Reinstall the seat and you're good to go. I hope you appreciate this video. Subscribe now for more videos. Click like and hit the bell to keep you updated whenever I release a new video. Thank you very much and God bless.